Let's see.
This is good.
Okay, so nose. Oh, actually, there is another model. There's an enormous nose that has the nasal septum on it, which that's the only thing that's unique to that model is the nasal septum. It's that thing right in the middle of your nose that splits your nose into two halves. So I'll show you that later. The nostrils, obviously, nostrils. The vestibule is right as you enter into the nostril, like the very beginning, and then the nasal cavity would be deep inside. The nasal concha, remember them from AP1, the superior and inferior middle, that's them. Mouth. I told you these would get you there. The mouth. The oral cavity is just the big space in your mouth. There's your tongue right there. Lingual tonsils are the tonsils hanging off the back of the tongue. The palate is that. Where it's bony, it's the hard palate. Where it's connective tissue, it's the soft palate. And the very bottom of that is the uvula that's right in the middle, the back of your mouth. The pharynx is this tube that leads down from the nose behind the mouth. Where it's behind the nose, it's the nasopharynx. That hole right there is the opening to the eustachian tube, or to the auditory tube, leads to the ear. The pharyngeal tonsil is this orange right here at the back. Oropharynx is where the tube is behind the mouth. And the palatine tonsils are that right there, that orange right behind the lingual tonsil. And then the laryngopharynx is the very bottom of the pharynx. Then we get into the larynx, which is this. This would be the esophagus going to the stomach. This is the larynx going to the lungs. There's the hyoid bone at the top. Thyroid cartilage, it's your Adam's apple. Cricoid cartilage is right below the thyroid cartilage. The arytenoid cartilage is in the back. The glottis is this hole here, which is a little odd on this model because it's sideways, which when we look at this model will become more clear. It's really going down into the larynx or into the trachea. It's covered by this flap of tissue called the epiglottis. On here, the vestibular folds would be this darker color. So like the false vocal folds or the vestibular folds, they'd be this darker color. And the true vocal cords or the vocal folds would be the lighter color. They're medial. They're right around the, same there. But they're right around the true are right by the glottis, and the false are a little bit lateral. And if you look at this one, there's the hyoid bone. Here's the thyroid cartilage. There's the cricoid cartilage. Tracheal cartilage are the rings going down the trachea, because this is the trachea. If you look on the back, these that look like claws, those are the arytenoid cartilage. There's the epiglottis. It's like a diving board, and his glottis has collapsed on here, so we'll just hold that up. But see how there would be a space in here? That's the glottis. So the theory is when you swallow food or water, the epiglottis closes so that you don't get food or water down into your trachea. And the little white strings, that would be the true vocal folds. And then the things that look like dryer sheets, those would be the false. There's actually a picture in the book that shows those vocal folds much easier than pointing at this on here.
Okay. So do we need to know this, or it's the same?
No, it's the same exact thing.